close eye on shares of the giant Chinese internet companies. Alibaba, of course, perhaps the one best known to our viewers. It had been a beneficiary of this period, in part because of the strength of the Chinese consumer, the fact that they actually came out of the COVID pandemic, at least much more quickly than we have, and certainly other Western nations. And just because of the growth of the company. But the stock has been getting hit lately. We're keeping an eye on it today. It got hit badly yesterday as well, Jim, as you know. About 10:40, I mentioned 10:50, I mentioned something on air about Chinese regulations. They were out yesterday morning, and so there was an opportunity then and during the course of the day for it to be sold, and it has been. We're watching Tencent also and JD. But we're still trying to understand more exactly about what these new opinions on antitrust regulations that are being sought by SAMR, the antitrust regulator in China, will mean for the likes of these companies. And there's some of the draft antitrust rules: price discrimination based on data, bundling of sales, restricting sellers to one platform, and yet they will seek public comment until November 30th. If you needed any evidence of the influence of the Chinese government on so many companies, in particular Alibaba, you've gotten it over the last week. I mean, the Ant Financial IPO being postponed indefinitely. We'll see if and when that thing actually comes back. Would have been the largest IPO of all time. A change in potential regulations over parts of their business had them shelve it after Jack Ma, of course, the company's founder, said some things that perhaps may have put him in kind of a bad place with regulators, Jim. And then this comes out yesterday morning, our time, and we're watching these stocks get hit again.
Well, I mean, Alibaba is up dramatically from where it was at, say, 4 a.m. But I would say this. This reminds me of the capitalist rotors in the PRC, where the capitalist rotors were slapped down. Remember, there was an opening of China and then a go back. David, is it possible that Jack Ma is perceived to be more powerful than the government wants any one person to be?
Well, he is incredibly wealthy. He does have an incredible following. But I don't know. I mean, they won't allow it. They won't allow it. And, you know.
But how
and they're showing how they won't allow it. They have to maintain control. They do. They slapped him down. They showed what they can do.
Okay, but let's say you look at what Amazon, what Europe is saying about Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like they borrowed the copy of Bill of Particulars in China against their own people.
They're worried about monopolistic practices of some of these internet giants and what it will mean. I mean, in the same way that we are.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes, but the difference is that they're communists. If they wanted to, they could put Jack Ma in prison, I guess.
Well, and they don't necessarily need to rely on a court of law to agree with them and make the argument that gets that agreement. That's true. They can move more swiftly.
Don't they have kangaroo courts over there? Or are they actual courts?
You know better than I would in terms of what the state of play is in there, in terms of their state of the law and administration of that law, Jim. But, yeah, they can – listen, they got till the end of the month to get comments. You could see something pretty quickly. But we'll see, Carl, how much of an impact it actually will have on the business.
Carl, we got to watch this because Chinese communists don't act like this. They've been steady hands.
We don't want to see volatility out of that region too much, guys. And it's certainly overshadowed Singles Day.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.